Let's look at what $1,000 per month can get you in rent in different Canadian cities. We'll go from the most expensive to some pretty damn good deals. You will be shocked, that I can guarantee. And in the end of the video, I will share my personal top 3 cities with a $1,000 price tag. Let's go! Okay, here's what you can rent for $1,000 in Toronto. Let me adjust the filter. Okay, well, there's not a lot here to choose from, like at all. These are all rooms. You will share a washroom, kitchen, and there is only paid laundry. Internet and utilities are included in this price. Okay, at least you get that. But parking is available only in the street and it's not included in the price. Here's another thing. These options are all around Island Gardens, and this strip of Dundas East is not the greatest in the city, to be honest. It's known for homeless and drug addict encampments, so don't be surprised if you hear weird noises in the middle of the night when you have to wake up early next day and go to work. Okay, let's expand our search a little bit and see what's available in the Greater Toronto area. And I see it's pretty much all the same. You can get a room in a shared apartment only. Some areas of GTA are even more expensive than downtown Toronto. And I see that some of these rooms are in basement. I don't like basement, it's too dark, too humid, and honestly not good for your health sometimes. So that's our baseline for Toronto. $1,000 a month gets you a room either in the worst area of the city or a cell in the basement. How much is your current rent and where are you? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, let's see what Vancouver has to offer. I'm adjusting the filter so we only have $1,000 and the situation is very similar to Toronto. You can only get a room in a shared apartment, so you will get shared kitchen, washroom. I see some rooms come furnished, so that's good. Extra points for international students. They got no time for cooking or buying furniture. Internet and utilities are included, and parking situation is the same as in Toronto. You can only park in the street and it's not included in the price. So I will say that both most expensive cities in Canada are on par. Now let's see what Canadian capital has to offer. Ottawa, surprise me, what do you have here for $1,000 per month? Alright, I see that the offer is a bit better than in Toronto and Vancouver, and we have slightly more options to choose from. There are many offers around University of Ottawa, which is very nice for students going there. I've been in that area. This area is really nice, I liked it. We have some rooms in duplexes built on campus. It's just 5 minutes away from the university. And they have many amenities. They are freshly renovated, and there are some appliances available in the apartment like dishwasher, washer, dryer, but you will be sharing this apartment with roommates. With up to 6 people living in the same apartment. Having roommates, assuming you get along well, is actually a great way to make friends and feel connected when you're new to the country. What I like seeing here is multiple options that are significantly cheaper and simpler, and all of them include utilities in the price. To sum up, similarly to Vancouver and Toronto, $1,000 in Ottawa can only get you a room, and I'm actually surprised. Ottawa is not more affordable. You won't even find a tiny studio for this price. Now let's look at Calgary next. Many people are moving to Alberta these days and many love it for its affordability. So let's see if that's really the case or it's already too late. Are my filters right? It looks even worse than Toronto and Vancouver. There is nothing available around downtown location and I need to expand my search just to get at least something. The only options available here are single rooms, and it's not even a master bedroom, so you won't have your own bathroom. The prices are pretty much on par with the 3 cities we've already looked at, so I don't think Calgary is more affordable at this point. Okay guys, cancel moving to Calgary. But what about Edmonton then? Edmonton is further up north, it has harsher climate and it's less populous. Let's see at the rent prices. Oh yes, now we're talking. There are many options in Edmonton for $1,000. And I can't believe it, you can rent a studio, a bachelor apartment and 1-bedroom apartment here just for this budget. This is the first city where you can rent your own place for $1,000. That's incredible. And there are many locations around downtown. This is nice. I can just scroll through many options and choose what I like the best. Some options are smaller, some bigger, some look older, but it's your own place. And if you prefer a room, it'll be twice as cheap as in Calgary, Ottawa, Toronto and Vancouver. Thumbs up for Edmonton, it's a gem. But keep in mind, in case with an apartment, utilities are not usually included and internet and parking are extra. Whether or not you have washer or dryer depends on the price and the building. Newer buildings usually have appliances and are more expensive, but square footage will be smaller. And it's important to add that apartments are typically unfurnished. Let's see if other provincial capitals can compete with that. Let's take a look at Regina and neighboring Saskatchewan. Oh, I remember. I was blown away by rent prices when we made a video about the most affordable cities in Canada, and we used numbeo.com to estimate prices, and I remember I was shocked about Regina. Okay, see, I'm not less shocked now. $1,000 per month in Regina not only can get you a room or a studio, but you can get a 2-bedroom apartment. How about that? Look at that! 2-bedroom apartment near downtown area. In-suite washer, dryer, dishwasher. Utilities not included, but they can offer to include utilities in the price and it'll cost you $1,190 a month. Can you remember what options we had in Vancouver and Toronto for this budget? Tiny rooms where you can only fit one bed and maybe a tiny table. Regina rocks this list for rental options for $1,000 a month. Let's quickly compare with Saskatoon, as it's slightly bigger and many people choose it over Regina. Okay, let's have a look. I'll adjust the filter. There are studios and 1-bedroom apartments available, but prices are just slightly higher. And there are plenty of options in different parts of the city. Yeah. Oh wow, there is a 3-bedroom house available. 3-bedroom house, how about that? What am I doing with my life here in GTA? Wow. Not sure about this neighborhood though. If you are from this area by any chance, let us know in the comments below what's the catch here. So far we have Edmonton, Regina and Saskatoon. Those are nice and affordable cities with prices that blew my mind because in comparison with Toronto and Vancouver, the difference in what you get is outrageous. If you work remotely and you can live in these cities, you will save up so much on rent. How about neighboring Manitoba? Let's take a look at Winnipeg. Anastasia and I went to Winnipeg in April this year and we were honestly pleasantly surprised. I must admit, our expectations were low. Nevertheless, we really liked what the city had to offer. Make sure to check our full video to learn more. Okay, I see there is plenty of options on the map here. And I think prices are on par with Edmonton and Saskatoon. Here is a 2-bedroom apartment available in an older building. What would a similar 2-bedroom apartment cost you in Toronto these days? Probably around $2,600. I must note though that Winnipeg is not for everyone. It has its pros and cons. And the worst cons would be harsh winters and high crime rates. Also, which neighborhood you live in matters a lot more than the city. There are terrible neighborhoods and really good ones in every city. Many options available here are in older buildings. When choosing an old building, be careful and make sure there are no bed bugs or other pests. When I want to learn more about specific neighborhoods, I like to join neighborhood Facebook groups or lurk around Reddit. It really helps to get a feel of what it's like living there. It's a good idea to take everything you hear with a grain of salt when it comes to listening to people's opinions, including ours, by the way. But you can get the gist based on how people speak of different areas in the city. Let's move on. What about Quebec now? Let's see what Montreal has to offer for $1,000 per month. Wow, there are so many options! Montreal is very popular among international students, and in general, the province of Quebec is an affordable option for higher education. So it's nice to see there are so many options available for $1,000 per month. I honestly didn't expect to see this, because I've heard that rent went up by a lot in the recent years. I see there are rooms available and a few apartments as well. And a few studios too. Plateau is a nice area and I can only find rooms here available. But if I look around McGill University, I can find a few studios here. This one looks nice, it's newly renovated. but no washer and dryer, but these are available in common area. Water is included in the price of this unit. I'm glad to see that Montreal is still affordable, taking into consideration that it's a big city with good transit system and it's very student friendly. It's definitely looking more affordable than Calgary. Montreal seems like an easy choice if you're okay with a bit of French every now and then and you don't mind to worry about being bilingual to get a job. You will get the big city vibe for affordable housing prices. Let's look at the capital of Quebec, Quebec City. It's very beautiful, cozy city, full of culture and old architecture. We're planning a trip there soon, so if you want to see a full city review on Quebec City, make sure to subscribe. I see there are less options available, but the population here is smaller too. Yeah, there are some apartments available. This is a nice option. Heating, electricity, water included, and this is cool because this is unusual for apartment rentals in other cities we've looked at. And here's another option, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. It would be unfurnished and parking is not included, but for this price you can easily budget parking and utilities, and altogether it'll be around our budget of $1,000. Okay, moving on to Atlantic Canada, let's look at Halifax. And boom! There is only one option available. Uh-oh! Bedroom to bathroom apartment for $930. Older building, private backyard. Rooms look spacious, but it's hard to tell more. There is no description of this listing, so you don't even know if the apartment occupies one floor only, what else is included in the price. In general, many people have been telling us in the comments section that Halifax is rapidly becoming unaffordable. The government of Nova Scotia ran aggressive remote work relocation campaigns, and that must have attracted a lot of interest. The situation is similar to Calgary. A couple of years ago, the provincial government implemented various immigration programs to invite more and more people in and lure them in by affordable housing prices. As a result, today these two cities start struggling with affordable housing options. Let's move on and let's also take a look at New Brunswick. And we will start with Moncton, as it's the most populous city in the province. And boom! For $1,000 there are no options available in the city, not even rooms. Of course, I'm only using one source here. I could have also checked on other websites. Maybe people living in Moncton prefer other websites. But if I clear my filter, I can see that there are rental units available, but there is a very limited amount of options in general and there is nothing within our budget. Let's check Fredericton then, because it's a provincial capital. And even without a filter, I see that there are less options here. And if I filter by price, I would be surprised if... yes, there is nothing available within our budget. That is surprising. What's happening and why? I think we need to make a separate video and investigate housing situation in New Brunswick. Okay. Last but not least, I'm curious to look at Newfoundland and Labrador. Let's check St. John's rental market. And even without filter, I see there are options for $1,000. I see there are rooms and apartments available. Not a lot, but still better than situation in New Brunswick. Mostly older houses, older apartments. Oh, this house is gorgeous though. And one room in it for $900. When I just moved to Canada, I used to rent a room in a house with one another tenant and the owner of the house living there. It wasn't bad, but I don't know what it would be like to rent with 5 or 6 other people. So today we've looked at some of the biggest cities in Canada and honestly, I'm glad we could find some great options. Edmonton, Regina and Winnipeg rental market is pretty affordable. Coincidentally, all of those cities are also known to have rougher winters than most other large cities in Canada. Personally, if I had to, I would choose Winnipeg or Regina. I know there are many cities we haven't looked at, so drop a comment so we can make another video about the cities you are most interested in. Thank you for watching and thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you want to support us, you can do so following the link below this video. And if you live in Ontario, don't forget to check Happy Maps to get your own copy of Ontario provincial map wall art that we designed in collaboration with talented Canadian artists. Yes, you will find the link below. Share your thoughts and city suggestions in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care!